Cool.
And we are live. All right, let me just line up the live chat. Make sure everything's good, everything's Gucci. Yeah, there we go. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Today we're here with podcast number 24 with Ohio Wheelco. Can you briefly introduce yourself? Tell everyone who you are. For those who don't know you.
All right. So my name is Josh Carney, and I am the alleged owner of Ohio Wheel Company. No, I am, and I also Vegetative Scape, which is just the website.
Yeah.
So, hey,
And he's a scientist also. Like you guys gotta see the what are those is it microscope? No microscope.
M- microscopes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
microscopes. What are they for, man? Are you inspecting
No.
yeah.
Yeah. Some of the pigment testing. I
Yeah.
put them under the microscope to some check some things. But yeah.
That is actually pretty interesting. Like what do you look for like under the microscope? Like what sort of there? Like what tell us, man? Like
All right.
yeah.
Well, all right. So to jump in, I guess one of the challenges with the color
Yeah.
changing pigment is
Yeah.
the blending.
Right.
It doesn't blend well, so part of the challenge of bringing the wheels out was
Yeah.
just figuring out how to blend them, and then inspecting the pigment under the microscope to see if it
Right.
is actually blended. Yeah,
That is actually
yeah.
insanely interesting.
Thanks.
And like it shows that you actually put a lot of like effort into because I've never whenever I talk with other like wheel manufacturers or people doing wheels, they talk about formulas, they talk about stuff, but I've never really seen someone going that far um to test like the product and make sure everything is good. So that
Yeah,
is
thanks.
that is pretty cool. So tell us, man,
Yeah.
why the name Ohio Wheelco?
I'm kind of. It
Yeah,
sort of has to do with where I work normally, and
yeah,
it's we were talking earlier. It's real formal,
yeah,
and I just have a formality in my brain that makes me like make names really long.
yeah,
I don't like buzzwords, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. Plus, there was an Ohio Wheel Company back in like the 1860s that we found out
yeah.
when we did the registration. So wagon wheels back in 1860s, and now skateboard wheels today.
Now
Oh,
urethane wheels and products.
yeah,
So that's pretty cool, man.
yeah.
Do, do you think being from Ohio gives you like a interesting perspective on like the longboarding community, longboarding world, or no?
I'd like to say yes, but
Yeah,
maybe no. I don't
yeah,
know. We're just I somehow Ohio's different.
yeah,
Like Thomas Edison, Ohio, the
yeah,
first people first in flight. They
yeah.
were from Ohio. Just a bunch of weirdos from Ohio.
The Wright brothers, the Wright
Yeah,
brothers.
Wright brothers. Right.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly.
I like it. But yeah, the Ohio wheel community, the Ohio sorry, longboarding community is always like super tight knit.
Yep.
So I always sort of admire them from a distance because I like what they're about and how they do it. So yeah, man.
Yeah, they are really cool people.
Yeah,
Like I'm sort of up and to
yeah,
the to the right of the most of them,
yeah.
being up in Cleveland. But it's yeah, they're great. All of
Right.
them
Let me see. I gotta pull up my map. Just
right there. So if you see Cleveland, that's me, and
yeah,
diagonally down, south, that's Cincinnati. So
Cincinnati.
most are in Cincinnati,
Yeah.
and just a few are up in Cleveland. So,
Damn. Do you guys
yeah.
have like a lot of big hills in Ohio or
Not mountains really. At least
yeah,
not for me. Like
yeah.
towards Cincinnati. Yeah, you get the Tennessee, Kentucky hills.
Yeah, man.
But
What's the
and
yeah?
by me, if you add them all up, you get like one good mountain. Yeah.
Fair enough. So like from Cleveland to Cincinnati, what's like the time? What's like the
I think
driving time?
like 4 hours,
Four
four
hours.
15. Yeah.
That's not too bad.
No.
Let me see now. Let me just sorry, this is the stuff that sort of interests me, man. So
Yeah.
that's
So I'm east of Cleveland by 30 minutes. So you
yeah.
gotta, or 25 minutes.
Damn. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all.
No.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty
man.
cool.
So how did you sort of get into like longboarding? How did you get into product making? Like were you a skater before? What's the history?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm an unlikely candidate, I'll admit,
Yeah.
for the Ohio Wheel Company.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I started skateboarding in 2001.
Damn.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, well, I'm 40. It's like I didn't start when I was like 2. So I was 14, I think.
Street skating or
No,
longboarding?
longboarding.
Longboarding.
Yeah, so yeah, there we go. 3 hours. Yeah, so then add like 25 minutes for me if I was going to drive it
Yeah.
to that. Anyway, yeah, so my brother, I have two brothers younger than I, and they were all into skateboarding, and then we had some BMX kids too in our like friend group in school.
Yeah.
And he even was like he built like a 6 foot half pipe in the backyard. It was really cool. And I could not skateboard. The board just didn't feel right for me, small
Yeah.
feeling, and I'm kind of clumsy in a way,
Mm,
I'd never be a dancer.
yeah.
Um,
Never say never,
and
man. Never.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there was a catalog called Monster Skate,
Yeah.
and they had longboards from there was a brand called Afro Man back in like 2000s. You could probably find some stuff on them, but they weren't, and
Yeah.
they were just they just had like different kind of boards and
Yeah.
or Afro Skate. Anyway, and yeah, I saw this velvet covered pintail with like 180 millimeter independent,
Yeah.
standard kingpin trucks, and it just spoke to me. Kryptonic wheels, like side set wheels,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was my first board. Like, yeah, cruising, bombing hills, and not knowing how to slide or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And how?
I don't know. Yeah, okay. So the Afroman skateboards,
Yeah.
that logo, that like was the company.
Damn, bro. That's pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they had a velvet covered one that was so cool.
How did that sort of then develop for you over the years? Because I remember one post from you, I think on Longboard
Oh
Family,
yeah,
talking about seeing like some
what's
old
that?
ass wheels or something like that. Or is it Randall's or something like that? Like how has that
Mm,
sort of developed over the years? Yeah.
Randall's.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here was the Randall thing. It came. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
like if you remember, like the first time you saw
Yeah.
a reverse kingpin truck,
Yeah.
like were you always exposed to longboarding yourself, or were you?
No, bro. I mean, I think what was my first experience with longboarding? I think it was either the Walter Mitty movie
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes.
or around like 2012 or something like that. Maybe I saw someone bombing a hill
Yeah.
or
Like the blue
some
suit bombers.
maybe, but like I
Same
can't
thing.
remember for sure. I think for me the most like memorable experience was like uh what are these guys called? Original skateboards. It's probably seeing like original skateboard video on YouTube. That was like the most memorable. But I
Okay.
can't remember. So yeah, go on. Yeah, Randall's.
No, that's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was seeing Randall's in a skate shop for the first
yeah,
time, and I was like, "What?" And I
yeah,
wasn't like good. I just remember how unique the truck design was,
yeah,
and I bought them, and like the bushings were too soft, so I didn't use them for a few years.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so I don't know, longboarding like in that way was always kind of by my side. I didn't do it some points in my life just because I was busy.
yeah.
Um, and then I got back into downhill. It wasn't that long ago. It was
Mm-hmm.
5 years ago. It was COVID, I think, maybe.
Yeah,
I had to get a new board, and I never was into like I wasn't big watching YouTube or
yeah,
I was just under a rock with downhill skateboarding. Like literally, I thought people still rode downhills on pintails. And
yeah. Fair
when I
enough.
saw these
Yeah,
boards, I was like, "Holy smokes! Like this is cool,"
yeah,
And yeah, so I rekindled it. And then finding your stuff
yeah,
it was really helpful. Actually, I'm not gonna like lie. I'm like a go K skater, but
yeah,
I'm not doing standees like 100
yeah.
foot standees.
Not yet. Not yet.
See,
Never say never.
yeah, I know I'm working on them. But yeah, so that's how I got like back into downhill and got like serious about doing downhill.
Yeah.
because I really liked it. It was fun. It was a good outlet.
So what board did you pick
Yeah.
up around the COVID times?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It was an
Yeah.
Ellers
Yeah.
or a skate shred
Yeah.
because I got a family. Like I
Yeah.
can't blow $300 on a board at the
Fair
time.
enough. Fair enough.
So it was like a
Yeah.
$50. Um,
And
but I liked it.
what are you
I
rocking
liked it.
these days? Because I think I saw you
No,
like some of the pictures you posted. I think I've seen some really good stuff. So like, what are
all
you
right.
rocking,
So
man?
like the
Yeah.
progress was
Yeah.
Ellers, Flexi,
Yeah.
and then I carbon fibered it myself, and I was like, this is
Nice.
really cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And then some friends had rocket boards, and I liked the way it sounded when they dropped it on the like when it came down on the trucks, the way it
Yeah.
resonated.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a well built board from the sound. So
Yeah.
I ended up getting a Rocket Radagon, the 34,
Yeah.
and I love that board. It is so for me. I really like it. I'm 6'2", have like
Yeah.
size 12 shoes, clumsy,
Yeah.
and the Radagon just gives me like so much room. It feels so good. I just love it.
What's
It's like a
the
rocking.
what's the concave like, man?
It's inviting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. It's at first it felt like skating on a 2x8 or 2x10
Yeah.
plank. At first, like really at first, because it didn't have any cutout at the front.
Yeah.
But after like a minute of being on it and doing some slides, I could like instantly do squat slides that I really couldn't do before. Like I was
Yeah.
gonna slip off the board. You
Yeah.
know, like because my feet was still well over the wheel.
Yeah.
It feels great. I recommend that. It's such a cool board.
I would agree, man. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, and then for like a fast board, I
Yeah.
use the Owen Fox
Yeah.
Pro, the Prism. I like it.
Me
It
too,
doesn't
man.
have
I used
carbon
to go.
fiber, but
Yeah.
it's
It's pretty good still.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. You have good tastes in boards, man. I gotta say. I gotta say.
thanks.
Yeah,
It
man.
was a little influenced by you. Like
Yeah.
definitely.
Hi.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about what your sort of goals are with Ohio Wheelco. Like, how did it come about? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, when did you get the idea of making it or creating it, or did you just start making a product and then you were like, oh, I'm gonna make Ohio Wheelco? Like,
No, so it came out with
yeah,
I took so like we're gonna just full disclosure so everybody can copy me, but no one I don't think anyone will.
yeah,
Like I took my infrared camera out to one of our local hills. We called a Mini Mary. It's like a bike path with
yeah,
3 hairpins. It's really cool. Um, and I recorded the wheel temperature because that's kind of what I do for my job, my
yeah,
normal job. And I was like, this is really cool, you know. And so like part of thermography, it's like photography, but heat capturing
mm-hmm,
is you can see heat, but you don't need a special camera to see heat. Like you can
yeah,
see heat from ice melting on a roof
mm-hmm,
or frost. And I was like, well, do they make color changing wheels? Because that'd be really sweet. Let's see. And no one did. So that idea just didn't go away. I was like, this
mm-hmm,
would be really cool, because up here I don't core wheels. Like we don't have the hills to core wheels.
yeah,
So I thought it'd be cool. The next best thing to coring a wheel would be to like get it change colors while you're sliding.
yeah, yeah,
That feedback that you get.
yeah,
So yeah, I reached out. Well, what did I do? I did some research into the pigments needed,
mm-hmm,
and then I did some test like samples with urethane, not wheels, just material samples, and
mm-hmm,
it was viable. So I approached a couple of wheel companies to see if they would want to do it,
yeah,
and they just didn't.
yeah,
I just came at them this like half baked idea.
yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I got some advice from people I trust, and kind of started down the long road of getting the wheel together.
Yeah.
But it wasn't overnight. There was a lot to do when it comes to
Mhm.
making a wheel.
Yeah.
I don't know if you talk about.
Anything you can share? Specific, like,
Yeah,
yeah,
well, I can say that to go make a normal wheel. When I say normal wheel, like a wheel that's just the skateboard wheel,
yeah,
um, it's easy. You just get a wheel.
Hmm.
But to make a wheel that does something, you're now in the wide world of patents and
Yeah.
patent infringements. So it took actually a lot. There was a lot of time with the lawyer. It was, I had to call, I have a patent lawyer that I work with occasionally,
Yeah.
and we were on the phone like every other day for 3 months to work things through
Hmm.
to get to this point. Because my biggest fear was coming out with something and then getting sued,
Yeah.
you know? And so, like, now I have like double no money. Like, I have no money because I bought wheels, and now I have no money because I'm paying a lawyer.
Hey, 0 times 2 is 0, so
That's right. Yeah.
math checks out. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was actually like the biggest hurdle. Was it was harder. It was easier to figure out a formula than it
Yeah.
was to figure out if I could just do the thing in the first place.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, I
what
kind of got off
about
track.
no, that's great, but that's what we want. We want all the divergence and what's the other word? Digressions. It's what makes
Yeah.
everything interesting, you know?
Hmm.
Um, so how was it then incorporating the color changing pigment with the urethane? Are they like two separate things, or how do
Yeah.
they
So
then interact? Yeah.
okay. So yeah. So the pigment I procure it and blend it
Yeah.
and make it suitable for use in a wheel,
Yeah.
and then I work with that's Lebeda. They're one of the U.S. manufacturers of
Yeah.
wheels. I work with them to blend in then their carrier,
Hmm.
because he won't tell me. He like it's really secret. A
Yeah.
lot of stuff is well guarded.
Yeah.
So I then ship them the pigment.
And then
They blend it.
they incorporated. Ah, okay. Dude,
Yeah,
that's actually a lot of like effort, man. Like that's a lot
it's
of
a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not Alibaba.
It's
Send me
no
some wheels.
Alibaba, bro. You're not taking advantage of the global network, the capitalism, whatever. But that's real hard work, man. They have newfound respect.
Yeah, it was
For,
actually hard
yeah,
to even find somebody
yeah,
to do, because then with them I'm like, I got this powder, and they're like,
yeah,
okay, what do you want to do with that? I'm like, get in your wheels. I'm like, how? So we had to like figure out. Yeah, it
yeah,
was a lot.
yeah,
Yeah,
man. So now it's making me more excited for some of the other products down the line.
thanks.
For example, you were talking about one of the prototype race wheels you tested in Utah.
Yes.
Is there anything you
So
can share about that?
yeah. So I
Yeah,
guess it's a picture, but this is like not the wheel. I mean, it's
yeah,
the wheel, right? But we were just testing the urethane. The core is
yeah,
obviously way undersized for racing. Yeah, I want to build. Part of being with the WDSC is I want to build a race wheel.
yeah,
Um, Personal standard for me is to not just build an off-the-shelf race wheel,
yeah.
because that's just not fair to you. Like
Hmm.
you as a, it's not fair to the consumer
Right.
to buy a wheel just because it is a different color. Like, I think that's a little not the way I want to do it.
Yeah,
I want to make something that's like used, like new, and and hopefully better.
yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do something. It's gonna be hopefully better. I've got a couple standards that I
Hmm.
want. I have like targets.
Yeah,
So I don't just want to have a race wheel. I want it to do a thing.
yeah,
And the thing I wanted to do, I said with Tim when we did our shoreline, we have this race up here called Soldiers of Downhill.
yeah.
It's been like, so this goal, and everyone who you can, I'm like open myself up to so much criticism with what I'm about to say, but I'll say it.
Let's go.
The
Let's do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's a right at the top,
yeah.
and at the right, it's a really sharp right. The pavement's not great,
Hmm.
and you have to brake before the right. You have to do a slide.
Yeah,
And my goal, stated goal, may not be
yeah,
attainable, is to not have to brake before that right. And so it, part of that's
yeah,
like a suicidal thing.
yeah,
I'm not but I mean, that's the goal. Like,
yeah.
that's the standard I want to hit with this wheel. And
I
I
think
don't know if
that
we'll get there.
yeah.
Yeah.
The soldiers is crazy. Wait, let me pull
Yeah.
that
Pull up
up.
a race.
Yeah,
But if you think of here's the reason why.
yeah.
If you cannot throw a slide before that, you'll win. Like, the rest of the
100%.
road is straight. I mean, maybe well, there's some crazy stuff,
Yeah,
but if you can get yourself half a second or a second ahead of everybody else, you could just air brake the rest of the way. And
Yeah. Oh, let me pull this up. Let me pull this
yeah,
up.
pull it up. Okay. Yeah, this is perfect. It's good footage.
Yeah, let's see. I think okay. Okay, this is not a good run because there's
Yeah.
no one in
No,
front
this
of
is
it.
right. Up here. Up here. Okay, slide.
And
We're
grip.
sliding, or we did already. And then we gotta grip that.
Yeah. So you want to grip. So you'd like to um for them to grip this. Let's see
Yeah.
one more time.
Yeah, it's like 50 or so feet. Yeah, there we go.
Let's see.
Okay. Right?
And then
So many crashes happen there.
yeah.
For example.
I'd
Right?
love I'd love to see it happen.
I know.
I'm gonna give you energy to make it happen, and let's see what you can do, because there's a lot of crazy shit happening in the world of wheels. I mean,
Yeah.
you have Defcons, you have Magnums. There's some stuff cooking in China.
Yeah.
There's some stuff cooking in China that I'm not allowed to talk about because
You don't have to. Are they gonna be yours that are cooking
they're
in
not gonna
China?
be mine. They're not mine. I
Pro
wish,
models?
but there's
All right.
someone cooking
Fair
some
enough.
stuff, so I think you'll hear about it soon enough. So I'd love to, I want to support you, and I hope that it does come through and it does
Yeah.
work out. So yeah,
Thanks. Yeah, so
yeah,
we're doing design. I wanted to have that out this year, but
yeah,
I felt like we were cutting too many, not corners, but
yeah,
I wanted to make sure it was well thought out
yeah.
because it's
Development
expensive to make
time.
a,
Yeah,
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 like a lot of the money's in the core,
yeah.
getting the molds made for that. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's why you see like the same core on a lot of different wheels, different
Yeah.
color, but same shape. So, it's going to be it's an uphill challenge for sure.
Would you ever? I know you're American. Yeah.
It's all right. Okay.
Would
Good.
you ever make the wheel in China or outsource some things to China?
Um, no, and it's not because I'm American at
Yeah.
all. I spent quality control is a big thing. It's part of my
Mm-hmm.
professional life.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I could do the quality control
Mm-hmm.
the way it should be.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
you know, like
fair. Yeah.
like that's where quality control. Like I think it was out there. Like Liam, remember the Cal 3 Precision?
Yeah.
That was like a quality control issue. It wasn't their fault. They had a good truck. It was
Yeah.
a manufacturer pulled a
Yeah.
fast one on them, and
Uh,
that's you know
I have
they
more
gave him.
information on that one.
It
It
was an
was
interview. He talked about
yeah. It
it just,
wasn't
and I'm just reading into it
yeah.
as a manufacturer.
It wasn't the manufacturer, it was the person he partnered with, I believe, and
Okay,
they didn't do the due diligence. So
of
I think
finding a manufacturer.
yeah, of finding the
Right.
manufacturer or making sure everything was okay. Um
Right.
but I think that's fair because a lot of people do have um you get blems and stuff uh and all that stuff. So I don't know, but I think if you talk around
Yeah.
probably with more people making stuff in China, maybe they can give you a better perspective because people are still making it. And yeah. Anyway, why
No,
did
that's a
I?
good point. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
why did I ask that? Because I think people are making amazing things in China, and my only thing is that hopefully it gives you a bit more margin on your product. Because I know making
Yeah,
things in America is expensive, and just to make it
it
more
is.
sustainable for yourself. So that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's a good point. With LaBeta though, they
yeah,
have they've been in it for a while and I can custom tailor.
yeah,
Like I couldn't have made the winter wheels. I couldn't have made them in China
yeah.
because we did back and forth, test this, change that,
Hmm.
and it was just rapid kind of prototyping, I guess, right
Yeah,
word. And I've worked with people in China
yeah.
for other things, so like I'm
Hmm.
familiar with working with overseas manufacturing, and it's just slower,
Yeah, 100%.
you know.
Yeah, I even had
You're,
that. I had that issue as well with working with Shangang because we're
yeah,
like, okay, we'll change this one thing, and then like it's really tricky for me to then get the product quickly enough to make a comment on it, and then also the costs involved. So if I was in China, like we could probably like pattern
right.
out everything in like a week or 2 weeks, like done,
Yeah,
move on with our
right.
lives. But like that 1 week, 2 weeks turns into 2 months, or even three. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So
Yeah, so
so yeah, I do appreciate that. Um, but yeah, man, let's talk about some of the other
all right.
products. Like, do you make the brick soles?
Footstops.
Yeah,
We
footstops,
do.
brick soles. So you pour it
Y-
all yourself. You have like molds
It,
and stuff, and you do everything,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. There was
Yeah,
that came up. Yeah, I do. So that's why I can do like weird customizations.
yeah.
Um,
What's
yeah.
what's your experience been with like the brake soles, for example, like versus the Becker grip soles? Like I see you're stocking both from Vegetative Skate.
Yep.
Okay, actually, could you tell me like what's so Vegetative Skate is a skate shop,
Yes. They're like an e-skates and like an e-commerce website
right?
that I
Okay,
have.
so that's why
Yeah.
you're
So
stocking like a variety of products and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
So what I wanted was like Ohio Wheel Company is the wheels, right? But I got to
yeah,
get them out there, and
uh-huh,
so I set up Vegetative Skate to be like an outlet for not, excuse me, for non-Ohio Wheel Company stuff.
yeah,
So if you just had Ohio Wheel Company website, like how could you buy, I don't know, a, another kind of wheel there? It wouldn't
yeah,
make sense.
yeah. Wouldn't,
But
yeah,
so I set that up to be an outlet so I could carry other things,
hmm,
like the brake soles, maybe some wheels eventually.
yeah.
Um, yeah, because I'm not opposed to selling other people's wheels. Like
They're
I'm
good.
I'm
Yeah, some
about
of them are good. Yeah, and fun to
yeah
skate. Yeah,
I'm about like you got to get your stuff, and you know
yeah.
I want to make it available if it makes sense for me to carry it.
Yeah, I like that. So what's the process been like for creating like the skate soles, and how do you feel like they hold up against traditional
It's been a
rubber?
long process.
Yeah,
It's been a long.
yeah,
So we came up with like the V1 formula.
hmm,
I'm just gonna say that V1, the first formula, and
yeah,
I did a lot of testing on it. Like I poured the soles, I wore the soles, I did bench testing. So I built kind of like you know what a dynamometer is, or a dyno bench. Like if you want to test
no,
an engine,
yes, no, I know.
well,
Yeah,
I built like an opposite thing to test braking power.
right.
So it was like
You
a pretty
built. Wait, let's go back. You built an opposite thing to taste the braking power of your
y-
brake soles.
yes, yeah, because I wanted to know how they stood up. Like I wasn't
Yeah,
like I'm not about selling snake oil.
yeah,
I
pretty
wanted
cool.
to know like
Yeah.
okay, how do these stand up against free brake or urethane burners
Hmm.
or other formulas I was
Dude,
testing.
you gotta. So you see all this stuff you're telling me, you gotta show it to other
Okay,
people as well, like on like social media and stuff. Like,
okay, yeah,
like this is like I feel like an underutilized part of your product development, and I think a lot of people seeing this would number one, I'm already better appreciating your products, and number two, uh, I don't know, it's good marketing. You gotta show some of the behind the scenes and talk about it a little bit. Like this is cool. Anyway, sorry, go on.
no, it's good. I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
But I didn't build the machine to like look pretty. It's not photogenic. It's like
doesn't matter,
why
man. I think,
sensors here and wires there.
dude, like so
you know,
many so many longboarders have that like sort of engineering mindset or engineering like um I don't know, brain. So like so many people would like this, and I'm sure other companies would probably reach out and want to collaborate with you or something. So I think you should share that. I think it's cool. Anyway,
all right, I
go on.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know, V1. I thought I had a good formula.
yeah,
Um, I was working with a luge version and a stand-up versions,
yeah.
and it just turned out to not be a good formula. Like it seemed good, but I like, for instance, I don't foot brake like at
Yeah.
all. Like
Mm-hmm.
I might foot brake of 10 feet, but
Mm-hmm.
if I'm going fast enough, I'm gonna like practice the slide, right?
Yeah.
And other people flip brake a ton, especially at tracks like Maryhill, where you have to flip brake at the end, or should.
Yeah.
And so, like the V1 formula, it kind of flopped, and I was really disappointed with that. And during that time, I'd been testing the V2. So the new formula was out. I knew it was a better formula. It was just harder it could tear if you don't put it down right.
Right.
And I knew it was good. But after seeing like so many disappointments, plus the urethane we're using, it must have been contaminated because we had a batch that it just didn't last at all. It's kind of a setback.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know where we're going with this. It's a process. It wasn't just like get a urethane and try it. Like we tested it, and then you get into other people's hands, and then they test it, and that's when you find out your product's not great.
Yeah.
So the V2, it's probably like double the durability.
Nice.
It's a different formula. It's harder to work with. It's more expensive to use.
Yeah.
Like everything about it is harder to work with. It's just more sensitive as a formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like it. I still have the original pair on my shoes that I wear like every other time I go out.
Yeah.
And so I know it's a good formula. So, yeah.
Nice, man. I
I
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to put on. So the urethane that we use is similar in its composition to super glue. It's not like the same, but it bonds well with super glue. So putting the shoes on takes like a minute.
Breeze. Yeah. And cutting it as well is super easy too.
Yeah, this one's a little tricky. I mean, it's cutting. You're not cutting through wires or fabric.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I just wanted something colorful. I don't know. Yeah, and then yeah. So I met Ulrich at Utah.
Yeah.
And I was actually posted at the first turn doing some of the infrared recording, and I watched him, and I loved his soles so much. I just like them, and it's a safety product for losers. Like skateboarding, our brake soles aren't a safety product,
No.
but for losers it is. If their soles fail, so I wanted to carry his product just because it's a good one.
Nice.
And yeah.
What about these precision SKF 608 bearings?
Dude, so here's a story.
Yeah.
When I was 16, I had a job at industrial place, and I put SKF bearings on my longboard, and I rocked those things for like 20 years through rain.
Yeah.
Not caring for them.
Still rolling.
So those are so those are industrial bearings. I don't know if you want to get into a bearing talk.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
Those bearings will keep out dirt and mud and salt. Well, salt's not an issue for you, but they'll keep out water. You can't grease them. They're a good bearing. I don't know how to explain it.
What's special, man? Like, what do they do special? Because it's like
they work.
Yeah.
It's like this. If you buy a drill, when those bearings are worn out, like if they do get worn out, they sound like a new skateboard-oriented bearing.
Right.
Like the tolerances are tight. They don't chatter. You get less wheel chatter, and when you have those bearings, because they're not chattering. I don't know. They're good bearings. It's hard to explain. Bearings is a touchy subject.
It is a touchy subject. That's why
I don't want to make any enemies.
No, let's make the enemies, bro.
It's like this. It's like this. There's always two levels of quality. There's always, and there's to get informed. You can go to research. You can do trial and error and testing, or you can be informed by marketing. And unfortunately, some sports are,
informed
and skateboarding's one of them. They're informed by marketing.
Yeah, 100%.
Marketing, popular opinion.
Yeah.
Like for instance, these ones don't feel fast. You roll them; they don't have like any free roll speed.
Yeah.
If you spin the wheel, but like that doesn't mean there's drag on it. It just means there's no free roll speed. Like going down the hill, they feel so good. They're quiet.
Yeah.
Here, I gotta just mute you for.
1 second. 1
Sorry,
second.
I'm getting over some sinus thing.
All good. All good.
Yeah, I don't know. So if you bought those bearings, like they really
Yeah.
don't wear out. They don't wear out. You can't oil them because they're sealed,
Yeah.
and they're fast and they don't chatter as much as a normal skateboard, a downhill
So
skateboard bearing.
when you say they're sealed, they're not sealed like a rubber seal. They're sealed how?
Well, no, they have a rubber seal, but if you look at a skateboard bearing that's described as sealed, if you
Yeah.
actually look at the seal doesn't make contact with the inner race,
Yeah.
so it's not truly sealed. There's a gap there,
Mm-hmm.
and the argument is the seal slows you down, but those bearings we're looking at now, they're rated for, what's the RPM? 22,000 RPM. Anyway, it calculates out to like, I got it right there, 22,000 RPM.
Yeah.
Comes out to 205 miles per hour. So if you work back from that logically,
Mm-hmm.
that rating means your seals are not actually causing friction, because if they were causing friction, they would melt.
Yeah.
So your seals are not slowing you down because of the speed limit. Look, the speed limit's 205
5 miles.
miles. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you work out the calculation, circumference of an 80 millimeter wheel. So, there's just a lot of lore with
Yeah.
bearings, a lot of
Dude,
marketing.
bearings.
And I don't
Yeah.
cater to that.
Bearings are crazy. I mean, you have the Quay nano bearings, and people say all sorts of things about these.
I highly respect Quay nano bearings. You know why? Because look who they're made by. They're made by
NMB.
Meba.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Meba bearings are like parallel, maybe even better than SKF.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a chance, but so I respect that because it's like a pedigree. Like if you have, what's a popular dog by you? You guys have popular dogs?
German Shepherd.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right.
Man.
Okay. No, that's good. Right. So if you wanted a German Shepherd show dog, you got to have pedigree papers. You got to show who its mom and dad are.
100%. Yeah.
Right. Well, so these bearings, like I know the pedigree.
Yeah.
It's the pedigree's Meba. So it's a good bearing because Meba makes bearings that go in your airplanes.
Interesting.
But if you show me just another skateboard bearing without a pedigree and it sounds like noisy and it free rolls, I'm just skeptical of that. I wouldn't put it on a drill. I wouldn't put it in an airplane.
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people, secret's out the bag already, but a lot of people say these are the fastest skate bearings. This is like what all the top racers use. So anyway, interesting.
All right, yeah. That's long.
Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, bearings are just one of those things.
So I might change to Meba. Like SKF's good, but if I can get a supplier.
Quay, watch out, Quay. Got
no. I might sell Quay. I'm happy to support another brand. That's why we have Vegetative Skate. Like Quay's done the work. I'll buy their bearings.
Fair enough. I'd love to hear your feedback if you do get to test them.
Anyway.
So yeah, tell me, what sort of like your process when it comes to testing your products? Like,
okay.
Yeah,
so I don't trust myself. I'm kind of on the outlier. Like I weigh close to 200 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm not really good as a skater, so I've got some friends that are really good at skating.
Yeah.
And I throw wheels at them and say, like, tell me what you think about this. Or that. I try to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you would you be opposed to like sending your products like around the world, Australia, Asia, get people to test them, try them out? Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it, but it takes time.
Yeah.
And it's like the roads are different there.
Yeah.
That's one of the things is road and rider weight are big factors. Like these wheels here, the round lips. I've had feedback on both sides. Some say they're too grippy. Some say they're really slidey.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
What's real?
So I try to be consistent with who I use because I know who they are, how they skate, and the roads they're on.
Yeah.
So.
But doesn't that then get tricky? Because like, let's say someone from Asia or Australia or whatever does buy your wheels, and they have a different experience. Like, how do you then incorporate that into like the development process? Or like, what are your thoughts about that?
No, it's a good question.
Yeah,
I've had to think to that myself.
yeah,
I think some of the biggest mistakes products have made is
yeah,
trying to be like all things to all people.
yeah,
And I'm not designing my wheels for that.
yeah,
Like I'm designing them to be more like tools.
yeah,
I have a skate tool. Sorry. But if you think of a skate tool, right?
yeah,
Like what do you have on there minimum? You have three
yeah,
sockets
yeah.
and a screwdriver maybe, right? And so that's like your skateboard has different pieces of hardware on it that you need different tools for, and wheels are different, and
Mm-hmm.
roads are different, and so a wheel's going to perform differently on two different roads. Like no matter
Yeah.
what, I can't help that. So all I can do is make them, for me, not for me, but make them for a thing.
Mm-hmm.
For and if they work for you, they work for you. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not that they're bad wheels, or it's just some roads are really sandy,
Yeah.
some are real sharp, and
Yeah.
some are hard to ride on. And
Yeah. You can't. Yeah.
you know,
You
you
can't
gotta.
cover everything. You can't cover like.
No, you
Yeah.
can't,
Yeah.
because then no one will want it. Or
Yeah.
there's one wheel that we all know that's really good all around,
Yeah.
and and I'm not trying to compete with that either, because
Yeah.
they've got their place.
All right. All
So
right. Fair enough.
yeah,
I think. Yeah. I do think it's really tricky to balance that as a manufacturer as well. So.
yeah. So the best thing I could do is like say, like
Mm-hmm.
I made the first two wheels. I made them for what my experience was. Like the wheels we
Yeah.
got here, the Ron Lip Freeride.
Mm-hmm.
It's a high rebound urethane. It's a fiber reinforced core, so it's
Mm-hmm.
it's a real bouncy wheel, but it's
Yeah.
perfect on fresh pavement.
Yeah.
But then if you go to the mids, which are the square lip ones,
Yeah.
like on purpose, I made those to have a soft, flexible urethane core. When I say flexible, they pour cores out of like 95A urethane. Like a lot of people use them.
Yeah.
I think it's 95. Maybe it's harder, but your
Around there.
cores are either,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's not just unique to me. That's like most cores are either fiber reinforced or they'll be close to a 95A. Anyway, so these are made for rough roads, and that's
Mm.
the best I could do, is
Nice.
to
Yeah.
give you some tools.
Right.
So
Fair enough. I do.
yeah,
I do appreciate that. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I would love to see. I would love to see a race wheel because I like that sort of targeted approach that you have. But
yeah.
do you feel like it could be a double-edged sword? Because do you feel like you're missing out on like some things? And how do you feel about that as a manufacturer or like as a business person?
Um, I it's about for me it's about the rider. Like I mean
Yeah.
that. It's
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to like get everything at that. I'm not trying to like capture the market. I'm
Yeah.
really not. I'm actually like these wheels are made for specific people that want something different.
Yeah.
Uh like for those round lips we have, they're not the slidiest wheel.
Mm-hmm.
But I personally don't like slidey wheels. I feel uncomfortable riding real slidey wheels. I
Yeah.
like wheels that give me feedback,
Yeah.
and that's not for everybody. That's for a few people. That's
Yeah.
probably, I don't know how few that people are,
Yeah.
but it's for a few people. So I'm really just trying to make a wheel that some people are gonna like and some people are gonna hate.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Because the biggest failures in manufacturing have been trying to capture everyone.
Yeah.
Um, Ford has a famous failure. It's called the Etzel. It was in the 1950s,
Mm-hmm.
and they did like product polling, and they came out with this car that was built for everybody, and like no one wanted it. Like they
Yeah.
hated it,
Yeah.
but it had everything that everyone asked for. Like it had power, it had size, it had everything, and it was a flop.
Yeah.
And it was out of production in 4 years.
Okay, I see.
So
Yeah. I see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn from that. Like
Yeah.
these winter wheels that you have up, that's like who's going to
Mm-hmm.
buy that? Like Canadians and northern part of North America and some
Yeah.
Europeans, right? But it's
Yeah.
not. It's not for South
Yeah.
America. It's not for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
don't know.
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying. Yeah.
I just want to
Yeah.
make a good thing for some people.
Yeah.
Uh,
I get
but
that. I get that. All right. All right.
yeah,
I think I understand now. I
yeah.
think
Does
I
that make
get it.
because
Yeah.
it's about you. Like it's
Yeah.
about helping you
Yeah.
as a writer do what you like.
Yeah.
You know,
All right. All
I
right.
don't know.
Okay. So what are what's the next question? What do I want to ask? Um what do you enjoy most about owning a skate company?
It's really fun. It's
Yeah.
my normal work is in the steel industry,
Yeah.
and it's real formal. It's dangerous,
Yeah.
and skate companies are just it's just fun. I don't know. I get to talk differently. I get to see
Yeah.
words like sick and gnarly, and I don't know. It's fun. It's cool. You get in touch with all sorts of different people.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's really cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
man.
just a great community. I love it. You know.
A nice break from um the steel industry. But could you tell us a little bit about that as well? Like what's like your background? Like you mentioned it
Okay.
before, you work a bit you have like you work a bit with like sink temperature and stuff like that. Like tell
Yeah.
us more. Yeah.
So I work in an industry where if you're going to melt or heat metal to make something,
Hmm.
I help service apparatus to do that. I also do consulting for quality control,
Yeah.
and so I get to see how stuff's made. I get to see how like car parts are made,
Yeah.
bearings are made, and it's sorry, it's a broad thing, but like steel mills, places like that, I get to go into
Hmm.
and help them.
Nice.
And so it's
How did you get into it? Like cuz that's like very specific. Like do you have an engineering degree, engineering background or like
I have
what?
more of an engineering background.
Yeah.
It's just kind of the evolution of my career, starting
Right.
out repairing
Right.
things
Yeah.
and just kind of follow wherever, you like. You get
Yeah.
specialized as you go.
Yeah. That's
So
pretty cool, man. Yeah.
yeah, it's fun.
And seeing how you then bring that into longboarding. Like that is
Mm.
I do like that. So how
Yeah, it
is
gives me an
that
opinion
yeah.
that people don't like sometimes. Because,
Yeah.
I don't know. I see through the marketing sometimes when it comes to metal parts, if it's like a
Yeah.
metal part, like
Yeah.
there, you cannot lie to me, like at all. I have so many contradictory opinions.
Yeah. What's
Like,
one? Like what's one? For example, tell us one
sure,
okay, not so
cast,
controversial one.
cast trucks.
Yeah.
All right. So on an airplane,
Yes.
there are components in your engine
Mm-hmm.
that are cast,
Yes.
and those are super strong and they
Yes.
are reliable. And you put your life on that. You're trusting in them when you fly.
Yeah.
And so you can make a truck cast. This thing is no one wants to do it that way.
Why? Like
But
what's the special thing?
it's upfront investment,
Yeah.
right? So like a billet truck, a precision truck that's cut from a billet
Yeah.
has the material has grain. It has
Mm.
some stress points like wood
Mm-hmm.
that it will break along.
Yeah.
So and you don't have that you in certain types of castings. Same with forgings. Like you
Yeah.
don't have those stress lines.
So what type of I'm asking because I'm just interested. Maybe one day I'll make a cast truck.
Yeah,
God
it
willing.
would
So like
cost $1,000. No, I'm just saying, like,
hey, you might win the
you,
lottery, man. You might win
right?
the
I know, right?
lottery. You never know.
Yeah, I know. You got any investments? People listening? Any
Yeah, man.
investors?
Yeah. Hey, secret billionaire watcher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
go on.
so I'm just saying, like, you could
Yeah.
do it. It's like coming up with wheels that you could. Yeah, from a manufacturing perspective, it's cheaper to make a precision truck out of a billet aluminum,
Right. Yeah.
but it's not the best.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best you have, but just
Yeah.
because it's the best you have doesn't mean it's the objective best.
So
The
there's
objective best.
So
All right, go
there's
ahead.
a potential for a casting process that costs way more, but that could make a truck better and stronger than a billet.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because
Okay.
billets have grain. The way the
Yeah.
aluminum is,
Yeah.
it has a natural point of separation breaking, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's expensive up front, but
Yeah. Like
and same with forging. Like you
yeah.
could forge a better truck.
Yeah,
than a
I'd
billet
love to
truck.
see that. I'd love to see forged precisions. It's just there's no money.
I've thought about it. I've
Yeah,
thought so because I have customers that do forgings. They make
yeah,
parts for airplanes. I can't. Sorry. And yeah, it's just
yeah,
yeah. You can make one out of titanium. You can make them out of anything, and you can make it smaller, lighter.
yeah.
Do some
Because
crazy stuff.
from what I've heard in the grapevine, the only reason these guys have been able to make this truck is because they in China apparently they work with, okay, wait, let me find my words. So Rebirth makes a lot of other trucks and boards in China. And the reason they're
Mhm.
able to make these trucks that no one else has been able to make and make them sort of affordable is because of their other side business. So
Yeah,
where was I going with this? So there's
I'm on the
potential,
website now.
there's a world where you could
Yep.
maybe create a competitor product like this that works
Yeah.
great. And would you be able to have these sort of margins with this sort of casting product that you mentioned? Because this is like 90 USD.
Ugh, I don't
No.
know.
Yeah.
Depends where you had it made. You know, it's
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the pricing. Excuse
Hmm.
me.
Roughly, like just off the top of your head. I
Yeah.
mean, no, nothing too
Well,
crazy. Yeah.
it would have to be comparable to like a
Yeah.
ZM1 price.
Yeah. But it would be
And
stronger. It would be stronger. It would be better.
you could, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could 100%. It's because of the way they cast it. They do what's called single crystal growth. So metal is a crystal,
Mm.
and the method is proprietary usually
Yeah.
because it's like single crystal steel, aluminum, or
Yeah.
and so
Right.
you use like a seed crystal. But the point is, it gives the truck, it aligns all the crystals up, and you now just have a much stronger.
Yeah.
Um, so that looks like
One of, I don't know.
silicon crystals. You could look up like single crystal turbine. Maybe that'll come
Okay.
up.
Because
Sorry.
I have been watching,
Yeah, there we are.
because I saw a video on this, and
Yep.
also my background, my aviation background. I did learn a little bit about this. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, there we go. Right. So you know I'm
So
not
it
lying.
is, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, these
Telling
are,
the truth.
yeah, you are 100%.
Right. So if you built a truck like that, it could
Yeah,
be thinner, lighter, better material.
yeah, but
It's
more
just,
expensive. Yeah,
yeah, and then you got to have the culture that's willing to see value, that can see value in that. And if you
yeah,
can't see value in that, why would you, you know,
yeah. This is
right?
actually probably like one of the few times I used to pay attention in class because this was cool, like learning about the engine. And then like
Yeah.
we went to the where I don't know where we went. We went to, what's this British manufacturer called that makes engines? I
Um,
Royal,
there's
yeah, Rolls Royce.
Rolls
Yeah,
Royce, yes.
yeah. We went to see them one day, and it was probably one of the coolest things. I remember we
Yeah,
had
see,
like,
there you go.
yeah, we got a big picture in front of like one of the turbines, kind of like this, and it was actually very cool. Um,
Hmm.
I wish I liked planes more, but engines were pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's how I think
yeah,
when it comes to products. It's not
yeah,
necessarily like what's been done. Should we
yeah.
copy that? How can
Hmm.
we like do? It's more like what can be done, and
Yeah,
if we can do it, like how much does it cost?
yeah.
Like, and can it be done in a way that's affordable?
But don't you feel like this puts you in like a position where you're making specialized products for specific niches? Do you feel like this limits your ability to make profit, potentially your ability to grow the business, or are you happy where you're at? Because I'm very much looking at this from like a capitalistic point of view, like profit motive, making it
Yeah.
sustainable, etc. But maybe the process is what's fun for you. Could you like tell us more about that? Yeah.
Well, like take what's your favorite truck?
Oh, this. That's a
Sorry.
good
All
question.
right, all right. Just you don't have to. Sorry, you're gonna get in trouble.
No,
Okay, take a
let's say,
precision truck.
yeah, yeah. Uh huh.
Like, all right. So like, are you buying precision trucks at the skate shop?
Yeah.
No, like generally no, right? You're gonna
Yeah.
buy some cast independents.
Yeah.
Like somebody wants precision trucks,
Yes.
and that's why they exist.
Yeah.
Like somebody made them,
Mm-hmm.
and someone else saw value in them,
Yeah.
and so I think I'm just following that path.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to work within the market. Like you couldn't sell. There were $2,000 trucks,
Mm-hmm.
and people were buying them, and then they
Yeah.
became unavailable, and so competitors came up, right?
Yeah.
Like the Rojas.
Yeah.
But people did pay $2,000 for a truck or a set.
Yep. Yeah.
So it's not like it can't be sustained. It's just a narrow market.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah, I'm not trying to like be all things to all people.
Yeah.
Like I really don't. If it's good, somebody will want it.
Yeah.
You know,
And
if
that's
it's
and that's good enough
right.
for you. That's where you want to
Yeah,
be. Yeah.
I want to make stuff for people that want to push the limits.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want. Um,
Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if it's a better product, somebody's gonna want it. Like if it helps them,
Yeah.
they're gonna want to spend the money on it. And they will. That's just how sports equipment is. Like
Yeah.
if it gives them an edge, they'll buy it.
Yeah.
So it's just figuring out where to get that edge at.
Okay. I'm excited for the grip wheels, the race wheels.
I'm trying. I mean, that's just the target, right?
That's the target,
Goal.
man. Let's get it.
I,
Let's get it. I'm excited. I'm
yeah.
excited. Um so what are some important values you have? I mean, obviously we've seen some of them so far, but are there any that you can pick out that,
Yeah.
impact Ohio Wilco?
I just I like to treat people with dignity.
Yeah.
So whatever I'm going to do, it's going to be to treat someone just with dignity. So
Yeah.
um, try to make a good product. I
Mm-hmm.
have to charge a fair price. I know
Yeah.
price is kind of an issue, but
Yeah. You gotta do
that's
what
a
you gotta
whole.
do. Yeah.
Well, it's not just for me. It's like the
Yeah.
whole. Yeah, yeah. The economy of wheels is kind of rough.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah.
it's just in a bad way. It's in like a bad way philosophically.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I just try to treat people with dignity, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't deal with them honestly. I don't know how to explain it, but to the contrast with that is treat somebody like they're a dollar and you
Mm-hmm.
want their dollar,
Yeah.
and that's not what I'm trying to do.
So you don't want to treat people as a means to an end to make
Right.
money. You want to treat people like you wanna provide a service, or I see what you're saying. I just don't have the words. But
Yeah.
I
Like
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, like if you think of the origin of skateboard wheels, like we were on steel wheels and clay
Yeah.
wheels, and
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't like no one would do downhill today on clay wheels. Like they
Yeah.
would do it, but
Yeah.
it's not where it would be,
Mm-hmm.
and it's where it's at now because somebody wanted to make other kinds of urethane wheels, and
Yeah.
like I just want to keep that going. Like there are people that want to be the best,
Yeah.
and they need tools to do it,
Yeah.
but they're still the best.
Yeah.
Like the world champions, it's not because of their gear. Their gear enables them to do what's already inside them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I just want to help that.
Yeah. You wanna like you said earlier, you want to allow people to be able to push the limits and reach the highest peak of their potential or something like
Yeah,
that. Yeah. Okay. I
yeah,
got it.
and
Yeah.
and treating them with dignity, like so
Yeah.
not taking advantage of that
Yeah.
with
I
them.
see what you're saying. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Where do you think we went wrong as an industry? As in, like, the state of the industry, the way things are now, man. Where do you think we messed up? What do you think we can do differently to change
All
things in the
right.
future? Yeah.
So real quick, I
Yeah.
just want you to Google something. Google BONT roller skates. Because we've got to do like an object lesson
Yeah.
and look up wheels. Go to their wheels page.
Let's see.
This is just no. You're yeah.
Yeah.
Go roller derby wheels.
Roller
Any one
derby
of
wheels.
those.
Let's
Sure.
go.
We're just using this as an example.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn. What?
So all right.
Yeah.
Click on the Royal Assassin. Just click on that the red one.
In the red one. Let's go.
All right. So $400 for 8 wheels.
For 8 wheels. That's
And they're
crazy.
65 millimeter wheels with a metal core, right?
That
The
is
metal core is
crazy.
like
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So if the skateboard, if I won't use any other company,
Yeah.
if I'm charging $200 for a set of 4 wheels,
Yeah.
like, or no, let's reverse. Sorry. If I'm
Yeah.
charging $70 for a set of 65 millimeter wheels,
Yeah.
well, I'm actually charging 50 because that's the winter wheel size. Is
Yeah.
about 65 by 38. Like, why is there a difference there? When you think about it, right? Same
Yeah.
urethane. The metal
Core.
hub doesn't make a
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't. Cost-wise, not
Right.
really. Yeah.
Right. So, okay. So what I think personally is I think we have an unhealthy view of what wheels and equipment should cost.
Yeah. That is true.
And
Yeah.
so what happens is because manufacturers are willing to like cater to that,
Yeah.
by having like basement prices, now there's no money in the industry. And with no money, there's no sponsored events. With there's no sponsored events, there's no
Yeah.
community outreach.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's a price that people are paying. That price you got on the screen, $400. People are paying that. They're paying it for rollerblade wheels. For
That's
some reasons,
crazy.
I know, but if you do the math, like that's what it costs.
Yeah.
Like you have to pay that much. Like that's how much the urethane costs, the tooling costs to make the wheel, finishing. Like
Mm-hmm.
urethane, anyway. Like the base cost of a skateboard wheel is like 30 to $40 just in
Yeah.
material.
Yeah.
Like just the material. Like you haven't even made the wheel yet. You've just
Yeah.
got the urethane. So, it's an unhealthy opinion, whatever. But if you if companies are willing to charge enough for wheels, they're willing to invest in product development, they're willing to
Yeah.
invest in community services, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I see what you're saying. I see what
Yeah,
you're saying. I see the vision.
right. Because it's just unhealthy economically
Yeah.
to, but but I understand why someone does want to pay $35 or $40
Yeah.
for a set of wheels because you're going to smoke them, and the
Yeah.
these aren't being smoked, but
Yeah.
they're still made of the same material. Like it still costs
Yeah.
the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So it's what is that, a paradigm? Is that what that's called?
It's a weird like
Right.
catch-22 situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you pay $200 for a set of race wheels,
Yeah.
that company, as it stood right now, would have an extra what, $80?
Mm-hmm.
Like a popular race wheel is like what, 120 US.
Yeah.
So if you immediately added $80 to that, they could, because they've already covered their costs, they've already paid everybody.
Mm-hmm.
$80 can either give them a raise, it could develop new product, it could sponsor local races,
Yeah.
they could be sponsoring WDSC,
Yeah.
you know,
I see
and
what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah, it's unpopular, but you have to like, I
I
got to think like an adult. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
I see what
You
you're
know?
saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Interesting. I
what was your
think
question?
no, that
Sorry.
was it. That was it. So I think you pretty much answered it. My question was, where do you think we went wrong as an industry, and where do you think we need to
Okay.
go? But yeah,
Yeah.
like I think pre-COVID, like wheels were cheaper, like 60, 70
Yep.
bucks. Now they're a bit more expensive. But I see what you're saying. I think someone would be willing to pay for a specific product, like like if it's the best race wheel in the
Right.
market, like they would pay 200 bucks for that, like 150.
Well, it's not even that, but
Yeah,
it's that like the wheels still cost that much to make.
yeah,
It's just the wheel company is not charging it
yeah. So for it
because
to
they're
make
trying to
sense. Yeah,
right. So since they're not charging it, they're putting themselves in a precarious position where
yeah,
they're either cutting the quality of the urethane,
yeah.
they're not developing the new products
They're not able
because they
to
can't.
do. Yeah,
Right. There's no R&D,
yeah,
or they can't sponsor races, like really
yeah,
sponsor them, like cash sponsorship.
yeah,
Like they can give wheels out because they already bought the wheels.
yeah,
For them, the wheels are as good as cash, but wheels don't buy hay bales.
yeah. I see what you're saying, man. I see what you're
And
saying.
right. So
Yeah,
it's and the whole 2019 thing. So I was talking to somebody about this. What happened was, longboarding blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody placed orders from China, like 2019 or turned into 20. And I may be off by a year or two as far
Mm-hmm.
as like the actual year,
Yeah.
but all that stuff took a year to get, or a year and a half to get, and
Yeah.
so all of a sudden the market got flooded with all this import stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and so prices fell out, and it became normal then to pay 35 for a set of wheels,
Yeah.
but it's just not healthy.
It's not.
So
It's not. I see what you say, and that is
yeah,
a
yeah,
valuable perspective. I've never actually looked at things that way, and I think it is pretty true that, like, yeah, if you want to make it sustainable, like, someone is going to have to pay more or
yeah,
sell a lot more or something, and it is pretty tricky. So
yeah, right.
yeah,
And that's why we sponsored the WDSC, is
yeah,
like to put what my philosophy is into practice.
yeah,
Is like, all right, WDSC needs hay bales, like we talked earlier,
yeah,
but hay bales cost money,
yeah,
and they don't care about wheels.
yeah.
And if companies sponsors can buy hay bales
Hmm.
because they're charging a healthy price for wheels,
Hmm.
then the people that are actually attending can spend less money,
Yeah,
because it's a lot easier for a wheel company to make, say, like whatever the average reg price is.
yeah,
It's a lot easier for a company to put that in than somebody that
hmm,
had to day labor 9 to 5
yeah,
overnight, whenever, to get that same amount of money.
yeah.
So it shifts the burden away from the consumer and puts it on the manufacturers
Right.
too, which would be great for races.
Yeah. I see what you're
Anyway,
saying. I see what you're saying.
yeah, sorry.
Hmm. Well,
Right.
yeah. So those are
Well,
all of the questions I have pretty much. Unless you have something that you feel like I missed out on, like something you wanted to
uh,
briefly touch on, let the people know.
um, no, I don't know. I just want to say what publicly. I
Yeah.
think you're doing a really good job for our community.
Thank you.
It's good to see like your face,
Yeah.
um, just with all the training you did, and now the WDSC is using you.
Yeah.
Um, how do you like that? Is that pretty sweet?
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
guess I'm
nice.
interviewing you now.
It's yeah, it's pretty nice. It's nice to see my face there.
Yeah,
Um it's pretty sweet, and I hope that it snowballs into other great things for myself, for WDSC, for people watching them. There's a lot of, like, great stuff that people are saying in the
good.
interviews. I think I'm learning a lot, and I hope that there are some other people out there who are um enjoying and learning from the podcasts that we're doing, because they're pretty great, I think. Yeah.
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 How's the skate community by you?
In Kenya,
Is it growing? Yeah, like near to you, like close to you, like your town or your
it's
region.
it's not growing, but now we're doing a lot of activities with inline skaters. So
Okay.
yeah, like, growing downhill in Kenya is pretty tricky. It's like literally maybe you get one new person a year or something like that, and then obviously, like, people age out. Well, not age out, but
Okay.
like they get like other priorities, so people drop out and
Yeah.
stuff, or people fall out friendship wise. So it is pretty tricky, but we are sort of incorporating other gravity sports. So in a way, it's still growing, but in a different way, and it's pretty sick, man. Like, now we have at least a handful of people who are down to, like, going out and exploring. Like, last year we went to El Dorado, which is about like 5 hours away from Nairobi, and it had some of the best hills that I've skated in my life.
Yeah. Is
And
that the
that,
one with all the green? Is
yeah,
that the one with all the greenery?
yeah, it's
Sweet.
pretty
Yeah.
amazing, dude. Like, I wish I could live up there. Like, it's an amazing place, and there's so much more to explore as well. So
Okay.
yeah, man. All things considered, I'm pretty grateful for the stuff that I have so far.
Good.
So yeah, and yeah, that's all for the interview. I think this was really great, man. I really appreciate your perspective. I feel like I've learned so much from you, and I feel like you also have so much more to offer the community, especially with, like, some of your product development as well. Like, I think it's great, man. You should share that stuff. Like, I think it's really good.
I'm trying.
And
People
again,
might lose respect though if you saw what I do.
dude, like it's
Cooking's not pretty, right? It's
dude,
the meal that people want. It's not the process sometimes.
dude, it's the process. Trust me. Long
Yeah,
borders, like they love the tinkering, they love the engineering, and I think you're gonna make a lot of friends with those
appreciate
processes
it.
because they're pretty dope. And also, yeah, man, it's just a big family. So
It
yeah,
is. Yeah,
yeah.
it's the Longboard family, right? Yeah.
Shout out to Longbow family.
Shout out Paul. Dude,
Shout out
Paul is
Paul.
like,
Yeah,
man, the unsung hero,
he does
if
a
you
lot
think
of good
about it,
work. He does a lot of good work.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know what? We honestly, I'm gonna shot like
yeah.
I reached out to Paul to test solutions real quick. I'm not trying to prolong this.
All good, all good.
And
Yeah.
he said no one had ever sent him anything. Like,
What? Not
yes,
even
no,
t-shirts, nothing.
no,
Yeah.
no. Isn't that nuts? Like
Yeah, I
the
think
dude,
it's shocking. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you know, like we all get
Yeah.
together, we can as a community on Longboard Family, and the
Yeah.
dude manages it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I guess there's one other thing I wanted to say real quick.
Yeah.
Like, I am so open to ideas,
Yeah.
and if you can, anyone, if you haven't, like, okay, so the winter wheels,
Hmm.
those came about because somebody in Canada was like, well, how do they slide in the winter?
Yeah.
The regular wheels. He
Yeah.
asked about the regular wheels, and I was like, I don't know. Probably not great, because it's cold.
Yeah.
But that's what precipitated into winter wheels.
Yeah.
Um, so I want to know if there's a product
Yeah.
or a
That could be
variant
like,
of
yeah.
yeah, or not even a product. Just tell me like what the problem is.
Yeah.
Like what's the problem?
Hmm.
His problem was he can't slide in the winter.
Yeah.
Like that's a problem.
Yeah.
So if it's doable, I'm gonna try to do it. Throw a high wheel. Because that's the fun part about having a company
Yeah.
is like you can do things, but you're like, there's enough distance from it that
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
you can
Yeah. I see.
disassociate.
Yeah.
It's like a vehicle.
You
Gets
got
you.
all the crumple zones and everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah. It
get what
gets you
you mean.
places, but you don't own it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not you. So
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I
anyway,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. So like, I think there's a lot of room for our industry to grow.
Yeah.
'Cause some really talented riders out there. Like, look at the World Cup, the WDC. I mean, those people are insane.
Yeah, they're fucking
And
insane, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
right, but like the world's full of people, so there's more insane people out there just waiting either for an opportunity or the right
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I want to know what insane ideas or problems you have.
I'll keep that in
Sorry.
mind, and then
Yeah.
I'll send you some ideas potentially. We'll see.
Cool.
All right,
Cool.
man.
Thanks,
So
Amuga.
of course, thank you for taking your time to do this as well, and I do appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Thank you. Really
All right,
means a
man.
lot.
All good.